takes to finish out our quest. Redneck Archaeology. Area used for drainage might have been a little branch creek coming down.
If you look on the other side, the creek goes that way anyway.
I know. So we do know at one time. This doesn't look like it's been landscaped very much from the rest of the stuff.
Well, except for that one sewer right over there.
Well, the one sewer there is for the big drainage.
Which means whichever way that sewer is going, there's been backfill put around here and other things.
Right, it goes straight that way. You can see the next manhole come.
So it goes up and down this way.
Right.
The sewer goes that way.
I've been out here when it's wet, and I don't get, see much standing water in this area, and the reason is because of the drain here. They don't have a big drain in a lot of other places.
So, more like concrete bone.
Yeah, it does. It's this is shell concrete.
Well, here we are at this little draw, looking back towards the Buffalo Bayou. How far do you think we are from Buffalo Bayou, or whatever that bayou is? Maybe about 200 yards.
150.
So we would be, if it was 400 yards from the bayou, we're halfway.
Yeah.
Then it could be back over there.
Over there. Well, the only really, there wouldn't be any of the vegetation down there like it was whenever they were there.
Now the thing about grade, so this road right here was the last place that graves got out of and went stomping around, kind of like you, in the middle of a field.
Kicking at a rock.
Kicking at a rock, and that's exactly what he was doing. Was kicking at some stumps or rock or debris, and that was the last place that he was seen getting out of. Now, Mamie Cox was the one who wrote this in the Houston Chronicle, and she kind of couldn't remember her butt from a hole in the ground sometimes on some of this thing, and so we're having to go with some of her information right now, and all she was is a socialite who wrote for the Houston Chronicle.
I could see, 50 years later, old man, driving in a car.
Been 80 years old.
Whenever, he'd been almost as old as Pat.
Well, yeah, I know, but Pat used to drive in a car.
Just a couple of years earlier.
No, you got to figure that, take that into consideration. He's riding in a car. When he stole the cannons, there wasn't anything, no cars here.
Yeah,
the road probably didn't exist back then.
No, they had to. Well,
actually, that road did exist back then.
That one did, but it was like a cow trail.
Yeah, it was a cow trail.
Or a wagon trail.
But the thing is why he wouldn't. The reason he couldn't keep his bearings is because it had a brick road over here.
That wasn't there anymore.
That wasn't there anymore. That was tore down. He actually got the bearings off the brickyard at once, and then it was tore down.
So it could be anywhere from here to over there.
So what I suggest is, you see those trees over there?
Yeah.
Let's go over there and take a gander at one of those trees or whatever.
Well, why don't we take the truck?
Why don't we take the truck?
Be a good idea, Jack. I should have thought of that myself.
I think
All right,
so too.
let's go.
Let's go.
Them burning a fire on the side of the river wouldn't be all that obvious, because people back then, that was the only way they had to heat or cool themselves, or eat, and just might have been some guys camping on the side of the thing burning the fire. Nothing out of the ordinary for the time period. Nowadays they would notice it if we were sitting around burning a fire, roasting marshmallows and drinking some beer. Then they'd just call us a bunch of homeless people.
Either that or they, like they have started to do, call us criminals. And I hate being called a criminal just because I'm curious about the past and I'm not afraid to kick over a few rocks to find it.
Now what he said, J-Bob said, was really important because one of the claims that they had was whenever they buried the cannons and burned the caissons as much as they could before they pushed them off into the water, was that they buried them as deep as they could, and that was Dan, the black man, who buried them about 3 foot deep because the ground was harder than what they thought it would be. And whenever they got it down to as far as deep as he could get it, and some of the other guys helped, they said, well, we can't get buried no further, so let's go ahead and strip them from the caissons, burn them, the caissons, and then plant these things in the ground. And that's what they did. However, they were afraid that there was possible that they were seeing the fire, and so what they did is they pushed the caissons down into the water, into the bayou. Now, one of the things he said that strikes home was that they actually did make it look like a campfire. They burned leaves on top of where they buried the cannons and made it look like somebody had made a campfire there. Well, you said that about them making a campfire? About the campfire?
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did. Remember, they burned the carriages or the caissons as much as they could, and then rolled them off in the water. They buried the cannons, and then they made a campfire over the top of them and camouflaged it with a campfire and made it look like somebody had made a camp there. So these things are buried underneath. A very important clue is they're buried underneath a campfire, which means, what do we get from a campfire? Burned wood. That's going to be on top of these suckers. That's what we're looking for.
Smoke, but it had plenty of time to go away.
Well, we're looking for burned wood. Anything, any evidence of charcoal or any kind of
maybe some of the hardware from the caissons too.
Yeah, if we go across that.
He ain't dumb as he looked. So there we are.
I tell you what, Jack. What you ought to do is figure out who it was that cleaned the mess up, and find out if they have found any when they send their mowers out to mow the ground and clear the woods.
I don't find anything on top like that after all these years.
They might not know about it, but one of them may have found something.
Yeah.
An artifact of sorts. You know, all we need is a piece of cannon rigging.
Yeah.
You know, stuff needed to keep it on the caisson. Because if you didn't have all that stuff there holding it down,
Right.
first time you shot it, it'd blow up in the air and probably come down on top of you. Or somebody behind you or somebody in front of you. I think one of them did blow one time, didn't it, Jack? Yeah.
All right, well, let's go over there.
You know, it really would be nice if they had, we had a map that showed the terrain and where the creeks were running back at that point in time. But all we got to
Well,
do...
you got that one creek.
Yeah.
This map here shows your creek here somewhere.
Yeah, but is not that the one that we were looking, over here?
Yeah, that's the one right over there.
Yeah. That's the bayou. But what the map doesn't show you is that bayou's got a cutout in here, several cutouts in here for barges and stuff.